Hello, good morning, student. As you all know, the serious pandemic is going on. So please take care about yourself and your family. Be safe and be at home, and kindly take necessary precautions. Okay. So in last period, we have already started with the new chapter, that is real numbers. In that we have already learnt about what do you mean by real numbers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. Let us take a quick revision of rational numbers and irrational numbers. We all know that rational numbers means which are in the form of p upon q, where p and q belongs to integers, where q should not be equal to 0. If I'll consider the integers -3, -2, -1, these all are rational numbers. Why they are rational? Because the -3 can be written as -3 upon 1. So this is in the form of p upon q, where q is not equal to 0. Same way, the -2 can be written as -2 upon 1, which are in the form of p upon q, where q is not equal to 0. The same way for positive numbers also, if it is 3, the 3 can be written as 3 upon 1, and which are in the form of p upon q. So this all integers are rational numbers, you can say that. Okay, so this 0.6 bar, I already explained you what the sign indicates. The sign indicates that the 6 is going on repeating, that 0.66666. So this type of numbers are called as non-terminating and recurring rational. These all are the decimal form of rational numbers. They are non-terminating and recurring because they are non-terminating means which is continuity, which is in the form of continuity, and recurring means repeating. That means continuously the 6 is repeating over here. So 0.6 bar is means, okay, here 0.539 we have. That means this 539 is going on repeating. So that's why they are non-terminating and recurring, which are continuously repeating. Okay, this 0.3, 0.25, 0.48, these all are the examples for terminating. Terminating means what? Where the remainder directly we will get 0. After division, if you are getting remainder as a 0, that means they are terminating form of rational numbers. Okay, here the square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 4 is 2. We all know the square root of 4 is 2 because 2 2s are 4. Same way, the square root of 9 is 3 because 3 3s are 9. And the square root of 16 is 4. So these all are also rational numbers because after taking root of these numbers, we are getting a integers, which is nothing but a rational number. This can be written as 1, this can be written as 2, and this is 3, and this is 4. And this can be written as 1 upon 1, which are in the form of p upon q. 2 upon 1, that is also in the form of p upon q. That means the square root of a perfect square number is a rational number, we can say that. Okay, let us see irrational numbers. These all are the examples for irrational numbers. Irrational means what? Which are non-terminating, and non-recurring. Non-recurring means which is not repeating. We will not get any same number repeat. We will not get a repetition of the same numbers over here. So this is non-terminating and repeating. This square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, these all are the examples for irrational numbers. One more, the value of pi, that is 22 upon 7. After division, in this way we will get a different number, that is also continuously. That means these numbers are non-terminating and non-recurring. Okay, so we can show these all rational and irrational numbers on the number lines also. Just like we show the natural numbers on the number line. For example, if I have a number line like this, here in middle we have a 0. On the left hand side it will be negative numbers. On the right hand side it will be positive numbers. Okay, between these two natural numbers there is no other number. Same way for whole numbers also. If I'll consider the whole numbers 1 and 2, between these two numbers there is nothing will be there. That means after 1 immediately we will get a 2 over here. But in rational numbers It's not happened because here between these two rational numbers there are infinitely many rational numbers are present over here. If I'll consider 1 and 2, this 1 and 2 can be written as 1.0 and 2.0, the decimal form of a rational numbers. Okay, between 1.0 and 2.0 we have the numbers like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 dash dash 1.9. After 1.9 we will get 2.0. The same way between 1.1 and 1.2, this between these two rational numbers again there are infinitely many rational numbers over here. For example, if I'll consider 1.1 and 1.2, take 10, this will become 1.10. After 1.10 will be 1.11, that is 1.11, 1.12, 1.13. Same way we will get 1.19, and after 1.19 it will be 1.20. So we can say that between two rational numbers there are infinitely many rational numbers are present over there, and this can be represented by using the number lines also. We will see in problem set how to show the irrational numbers on the number lines. Let us start with the problem practice set. Okay, in that first question we have practice set 2.2, question number 1. Okay, in question number 1 we have show that 4 root 2 is an irrational number. Okay, now we are going to use a contradiction method. Contradiction method means we will make a wrong assumption. Okay, it is given that we have to prove 4 root 2 is an irrational number, but we will assume that 4 root 2 is a rational number. We will assume exactly opposite to this. So after that, at the end we will show that our assumption was wrong, and then automatically it will prove that this 4 root 2 is an irrational number. So here we are going to use a contradiction method. So let us assume that 4 root 2 is a rational number. Rational number means what? Which are in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are belongs to integers. That means this 4 root 2 is equal to P upon Q, where P and Q belongs to integers, where Q is not equal to 0. Okay, here we will use the reduced form of P of Q. That means P and Q have no common factor. Reduced form means what? If I have 10 upon 6, okay, this can be cancelled by 2. 2 5s are 10, 2 3s are 6. This 5 upon 3 is a reduced form of 10 upon 6, and this 5 and 3 doesn't have any common factors except 1. So this type of numbers we are going to consider in this P upon Q. Okay, do one thing now. Take this 4 on the right hand side. This multiplication will become division. So this root 2 is equal to P upon 4Q. And we know that P upon Q is a rational number. If P upon Q is a rational number, then P upon 4Q is also a rational number. But we know that root 2 is not a rational number. If it is not a rational number, that means these two are not equal. This root 2 is not equal to P upon 4Q. If they are not equal, that means this 4 root 2 is also not equal to P upon Q. P upon Q. That means this 4 root 2 is not a rational number. That means our assumption was wrong. That means our assumption was wrong. And what we have assumed that this 4 root 2 is an rational number, but it is not a rational number. So we can say that 4 root 2 is an irrational number. So in this way we have to prove by using a contradiction method. Let us see one more example. Question number 2. The same question, we have to prove the given number as an irrational number. Okay, in question number 2, we have to prove that 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number. Okay, again we are going to use a contradiction method, that we are going to make a wrong assumption, that let assume 3 plus root 5 is a rational number. And we know that rational number means what? Which are in the form of P upon Q. That means 3 plus root 5 is equal to P upon Q, where P and Q belongs to integers, where Q is not equal to 0, and P and Q doesn't have any common factor. Okay, now after this, now shift this 3 to the right hand side. This plus 3 will become minus 3. That means root 5 is equal to P upon Q minus 3. And now we know that P upon Q is a rational number. If P upon Q is a rational number, that means P upon Q minus 3 is also a rational number. But root 5 is not a rational number, we know that. If root 5 is not a rational number, that means they both are not equal. This root 5 is not equal to P upon Q minus 3. That means 3 plus root 5 is also not equal to P upon Q. If they are not equal, that means these two are also not equal. That means our assumption was wrong. What we have assumed that this 3 plus root 5 is a rational number. If our assumption is wrong, that means 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number. Okay, now let us see next question. Question number 3. Before going for question number 3, let us solve question number 4. After that, I'll show you how to solve question number 3. Okay, in question number 4, we have write any three rational numbers between the two numbers given below. Okay, in that first question we have 0.3 and minus 0.5. Okay. On the number line, we have 0 in between, and here negative numbers and here positive numbers. If I'll consider 0.1 here, 0.2, 0.3, here on the negative side, that means on the left hand side, here we will get minus 0.1, minus 0.2, minus 0.3, minus 0.4, and finally we will get minus 0.5. So between this minus 0.5 and 0.3, so there are many numbers. You can write any three of them. You can write any three numbers from between this minus 0.5 and 0.3. Suppose I am writing over here minus 0.2, minus 0.1, 0, 0.1. You can write any number. The answers can be vary, so no issue. Okay, now next, see the second question. Here we have minus 2.3 and minus 2.33. Okay, let us make it as 2 digit. This will become minus 2.30 and this will be minus 2.33. Okay, after 2.30 we will get minus 2.31, minus 2.32 and minus 2.33. But between these two numbers we are getting only two numbers over here, two rational numbers over here. That means we want